Hey, I'm Pat. Welcome to Daily Devo. Today we're going to talk about who's in charge. In certain situations, the question, who's in charge, is an important and critical question to answer. My wife and I were good friends with a couple who had been married for many years, and they were both very driven individuals. In fact, they were both firstborns, which apparently is a rare thing to have firstborns married to each other, especially in their case, where both were driven, take-charge personalities. They told us that early in their marriage, they realized that whenever they started any project together, it was very important for them to answer this question: which one of us is in charge? Now, that may be good marriage advice for some of you listeners, but marriage advice is not really my point today. Who's in charge? It's actually an important life question to answer. Listen to how the writer finishes Psalm 146. The last verse of this chapter reads, Psalm 146, verse 10, "The Lord will reign forever. He will be your God, O Jerusalem, throughout the generations." Praise the Lord. Notice the first phrase does not say, "The Lord might reign forever," or "we hope the Lord will reign forever." It states, "The Lord will reign forever." Now, there's two angles to view this truth from. First is to understand that truth is truth regardless of whether you and I believe it, acknowledge it, or live it. Another way of putting that is facts don't care about our feelings. You see, the fact is that there is only one who sits on the throne as the king of the universe. God plus one is not the majority. God is the majority with or without us. He is king of the universe. He has always held that position, and he always will hold that position. Do you realize that if the entire world refused to believe that God is in charge, it actually changes nothing? Brew on that truth for a while today. There are deep implications in the truth that he remains God, whether you and I agree or not. The second angle I want to view this truth that is found in the beginning of verse 10, that the Lord will reign forever, or to put another way, that God is in charge, is from a practical standpoint. Practically speaking, you and I will make hundreds of decisions today, some small and some big. We'll choose what to wear, what to eat, what to watch, what to listen to, what to say to our coworkers, our spouse, our children, those we come in contact with. We'll choose what thoughts to remain in our minds. We'll choose whether to dwell in greed and discontentment or to have an attitude of gratitude. We'll choose to be apathetic or to be courageous. It almost gets overwhelming to think of all the decisions that we actually make today. But here's the thing that we cannot lose sight of. In all of those decisions, we are in some fashion answering the question, who's in charge in my life? Is God on the throne in our life, or are we attempting to sit on that throne? The answer to that question is not mystical and ambiguous. The answer to who's in charge in my life will be concrete and clear in the decisions that I choose to make. Today, hold on to this simple but profound truth that God is in charge, always has been and always will be. And maybe today you and I should just pause periodically and ask, who's really in charge in my life? Will my decisions today point to God being in charge of my life, or me attempting to be in charge?